Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on what is the Great Resignation. So what is the Great Resignation, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now. The Great Resignation represents an exodus from the workforce. It is a movement out of the employee workforce. People are discontent with sustaining, working their jobs. At this juncture, at this confluence of time and space, the unemployment rate hovers anywhere between 90 to 95%. It is slated to amplify to 97 to 98% in the pending future, post the Great Resignation elapsing. Working a real private sector job based on voluntary demand induces chronic burnout, chronic fatigue, and chronic stress. People are acutely aware that real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand are often highly time-consuming, dispiriting, unfulfilling, undesirable, harrowing, distressful, brutally wretched, minimum wage jobs that do not pay anything close to a subsistence wage. They're also acutely aware that the shareholders value 2 hours of their time to be commensurate to 1 second of the CEO's time based on their hourly rate. In under 15 hours, a CEO can gross more revenue than an assistant manager who works a real private sector job based on voluntary demand can gross post 104,000 hours elapsing, in which they worked 50 years full-time or 5 decades full-time for an employer. So people are just deterred from working real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand. They're also penalized from working. They're eviscerated out of their hard-earned money if they work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand. People are enticed to become welfare aristocrats. When you're a welfare aristocrat, you do not have to work in a capacity, and you're able to receive unlimited money in tandem with unlimited benefits. People are eager to become welfare aristocrats so they can indulge in the accoutrements of the high life. People are deterred from working real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand because it adversely impinges on every facet of their life. It reduces their quality of life. It exacerbates their life. On the other hand, if you're a welfare aristocrat, then you can attain the utmost highest standard of living. You never have to worry about not being able to afford anything. And you can easily become a millionaire over time by refusing to work in any capacity, because since people work real private sector jobs based on voluntary demand, subsidize the amenities, the luxuries, the incomes, the benefits of welfare aristocrats who refuse to work in any capacity. So their money is transferred, their money is remitted to welfare aristocrats, and people are just tired of working when they can reap a much higher standard of living, have far more purchasing power, have far greater benefits by refusing to work in any capacity. So people are incentivized not to work, and they are disincentivized and penalized to work. So people are deterred from working. If you dedicate your entire life to working a real private sector job based on voluntary demand, there is no hope for retirement because they do not pay anything close to a subsistence wage. If you want to be able to retire after 20 years elapses, after working full-time for 20 years over the course of 41,600 hours, you will need to net at least $122 per hour, because you would need to have at least $3,600,000 invested in the equities market so that you could receive at least $6,000 in dividend payouts per month, or $72,000 in dividend payouts annually post-retiring. If you had $3,600,000 to invest in the equities market, then it may behoove you to buy equities that bear 2% dividend yields, and you may want to put stop loss orders on them. That way you could cut your losses if they began to precipitously plunge in value. But that's a topic for another video. However, it is recommended to utilize stop loss orders on your equity investments to be able to safeguard your wealth by being able to cut your losses in the event that your equities became devalued. So, the Great Resignation has caused more people to exit out of the employee workforce, become welfare aristocrats, and indulge in experiencing the accoutrements of the high life. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.